September autumn season, which means that I'm now uploading my 7-year update of my Pontiac car. Welcome to watch. But first, a little channel update. All my videos I have filmed with this camera during all the years. Now I have bought another one, so you will be able to watch very much better pictures than you can watch in this video. I have now owned the car 7 years, so let's go back to February this year and I will show you what I have done with the car since then. Hello, it's February and this is the last day we have to wear this. But since I'm a rebel, I'm gonna take it off and say hello. You might wondering what I'm doing in the city. I'm on my way to buy some paint for my car. This is also a reason why I used to walk around in this part of the city, second-hand clothes stores. So I bought the red paint, which is red paint I used to work with in the car on the floors. It's not the same paint which I were searching for to fill in on these oils, but it's now gonna be this one. And I'm using this little scissor to cut it out. So now look here. There it is. Sanded and cleaned wheels. Coming up is replacing that fuel filter down there. You remember, if you watched my 6.5-year update, here is the old fuel filter and there is the bigger new one, and this old wiring here, which I definitely no longer can trust. And on the other side there's another wire which I'm going to replace. It was hard to fire it up after I replaced the fuel filter. Oh, I had to put gas in the carburetor, start gas. Oh, first start this year. Like I mentioned in the last update video, there are a lot of water in the tank, and when I fire it up there's a lot of gray smoke and water coming out down there. Of course it will not fire up on a mix of water and gas, and gasoline and water goes into the old motor. I checked the oil stick and now it's full of gas, so I need to replace the oil and do a very serious cleaning of that gas tank at a car shop. This is a little bit fun, but not really. Anyway, I had a bit of an accident here. I fired up the car and park it outside to clean the car, and I cleaned the floor in the garage, and when I fired the car up and was driving it in, I broke this pipe. You can hear People are taking showers and doing dishes up there. Water came out all over the floor. It's broke here and down there close to the floor. I put it back and fixed it with silver tape because water were coming out of the pipe, and already the next day a plumber came. I was afraid that they had to go down to the floor, but he could cut it and make a new installation in 40 minutes. That was great. I have varnished the top and the trunk, and I will varnish the hood as well. 2 years ago I painted almost everything around here black, and now I still have some spots that I want to paint, and it's this. I want to clean it and paint it. And there is the paint. Well, needs a little bit more paint. Here is a scratch from the accident. I have to start painting and sanding again. And it's all my fault, isn't it? Jag gör det fint. Thanks to my neighbor Frederick, now I have decorated my walls with some photos from the past in America. Weekend trip, daily driving, holiday, cleaning the cars and daily driving. I like these old photos. Let's start with the good news. I have fixed the door lock so it's close, more smooth, and here is the absolute best news. Wind shades for both the doors. Well, I made both of them fit into the car. Now the small screws here are missing. I hope I can find the correct one. Now they are here, and I will not move them from the car, and I will polish them on the car instead. Step number 1, lemon juice for cleaning. Step 2, polishing using outer sole. They were very dirty, but now they look like new. I must admit, they look like new. Now I have replaced the wire from the coil, and it was some oxide down there, so it was good that it was taken apart and sanded. All right, here I have an issue, and it's all my fault and nobody else. So this was nearly melding here, so I have to clean it. Maybe I have to buy a new one. I tried to fire up the car again, and now I realize this one is gone. It needs to be replaced. Here is the new one, and it even have a American flag in the middle. I like that. Now it's very serious here. There's something very wrong with the start motor. I guess it could be the solenoid, because it's clicking sometimes, and when I try to fire up the motor, it goes slower, slower and slower, and it's sucking out all the energy, not all the energy, but a lot of energy out of the battery. But I still have more than 6 volts when it's have been reloaded, so that start motor should not go that slow. Now the start motor is out of the car, and it's going into that bag and to the shop at Alby Bilel. A package from US Car Parts Uddevalla. And it's safety belts for the front seats. 3 of them. Alright, happy midsummer from the garage. A packet for the antenna. I ordered one that looked more red, and this is looking more orange. But I don't want to argue about it. I did argue about it, so they're gonna send me a red one instead of a orange. It was worth arguing about it. Here it is, the correct color I ordered. Mr. Chief, he is kind of yellow, orange, and it's the original color. I know these can be orders in red, blue, green. Well, that's nice. If you take a look at the front, everything here is red. The dots on the headlight visor eyeballs are red, and now this antenna top is red, so it goes well with the other stuff. Meccano red, Mr. Chief red, the shoe there is red, and I painted Pontiac over the glow box red, so it all goes in red. It's finally there. Another packet delivery today. No more leaking fluid from the transmission. It's been leaking for years, and now that is about to change. Thanks to Källes Veteran, Kumla. A packet from America, Texas. Thank you, Mike, that we finally could make a deal after 1.5 years. Now the stuff is here for my windshield washer, and I want to open this packet. I'm so happy I have this stuff now. I have started cleaning this one, and I will clean it a little bit more, and this needs some special treatment as well, and I should see the result, maybe some paint. And these windshield wipers are in very much better condition than the 2 I have on my car, so I'm happy. And I want to figure out this with the sprinklers, I guess. Yeah, somehow. And these are the holes. Let's figure out that as well. And this is the T. The top for the jar. I hope it's the same size. And I guess I will put the hole from the other one I have. The top of mine is not so good that I had. This had a broken jar, so I hope I can make these collaborate. That's my goal. And maybe it needs a little lead down there. It's happened in the shipping. The jar fits into the rack. The top seems to be the same, but it will really go on. I have to clean it first. There it is. It had to be done carefully. Not fitting 100%, but it will. Well, it has some rust on the inside, and I think I want to glue this a bit to that part and remove more rust on this one. This wiper arm is in way much better condition than the one here. Whoa, whoa. Well, the gasket is glued there until tomorrow. Step number 1 in the firewall section is open up this hole, removing this and replace it with this. Alright, now it's there. Step 2, the rack. Now I have drilled the holes in there and the rack is there. And now the jar is there. Sprinklers are there. This is not for this kind of car, but there are sprinklers on. There is the windshield wiper issue for now. I have an installation manual, but it's from 1955 and it looks a little different. One of my neighbors, he gonna help me figure it out what it says here. And I have made 2 videos that I have uploaded to Facebook and gonna share out there, one in English and one in Swedish, so I can get more answers to the questions and maybe find the missing parts and ask many questions on Pontiac Chieftain Club on Facebook, where there are a lot of people who own this kind of cars that I have from the same era. And I have already made phone calls and sent mails around trying to find the smaller parts that I need and more information. This top had a missing part here, and it was broken when it was shipped to Sweden. So I'm going to find another one, and I'm close to a deal on another one. I am going by train to bring home my start motor. There were no issues with my start motor after he had taken it apart and checked everything. But we figure out maybe something else, and I'm about to show you that later. I'm so happy I finally can bring the start motor home. There is a start motor in my bag and it's heavy. But now we are going home. Now we are finally back home again. What I was about to show you were these tools that I found in my mother's garage, and some tools that my dad left behind. He passed away a few years ago. I guess these are for cleaning out the wells where the spark plugs are. And we talked about it at the shop, and he suggested I should go deeper into cleaning not only the spark plugs with this brush, even clean there in the top of the motor, and use the roller to take it out when I clean there. So it's the plan. I was using the roller and the brushes when I cleaned this, and I hope this carefully cleaning turned out fine. Battery is reloaded, and step 2, putting this back into the car again. Even if I cleaned my spark plugs yesterday, I bought a kit of spare plugs. Look at this. I was studying geography at school, and here it says Michigan, Detroit. Yes, made in China. Isn't that strange? Now the start motor is back in the car again, and I did this job last evening, and I nearly forgot this very important wire for the battery. Except for that, it's all there. And it's there now. Now I bought this for the windshields, and I bought this for the windshield washer hose. Another packet from America. Let's check it out. This little T, which is supposed to sit underneath the dash. I couldn't find it in Sweden. I hope it's not too short. Tell me in the comments if you know. Coil test and spark plug test. Some spray. Yeah. My neighbor is doing a great job. Yes, we did everything we could to fire up this motor, but it didn't fire up. I want to check some more wiring here, and I guess the issue could be the batteries. When this car were sitting outside a car shop for 10 months during a winter, and that is definitely not my fault. The start motor sucks all the energy out because the battery is too weak. So I guess I have to buy new batteries for the car, and it will go to a car shop to fix all the issues I have. These windshields are going to have company now. I have bought another pair for this window, so it will be complete. The top of the doors could really need some cover over this holes, and I need some seat covers as well. I'm also close to a deal on windshield wipers. Not so much cruising this year, except for the little accident that I had when I just drove in and out of my garage. But I hopefully will leave this garage this autumn for cruising and visiting a professional car shop to fix the rest of the issues I have, and then continuing doing other work with this car. Thank you very much for watching, and you are welcome to subscribe to my channel. You sure are looking good on my car.